Hi, all signed up for the social media marketing class. Today I just want to make a video. Week 2 is coming up, and let's start at the main page here. So again, this class is a short class and only goes for a few weeks. The first week there was some reading, a little bit about the history of social media and so on. The only assignment you really needed to do is to do the social media marketing trends and basically just your thoughts of where you think social media might be going. We'll have a little bit more, but you could read the two articles that are here about what people think that 2019 will bring to social media as far as marketing wise. So please try and do that today if you have not done it already. Next, this upcoming week, if I can get back to my modules here. This upcoming week, we have 2 assignments that I want you to do, and then some reading. Each week I'll sort of talk a little bit about marketing again. I'm still putting together most of the material right here, but for right now, this week we have a article about quitting social media, and if you haven't thought about that, I've been given this assignment for a couple years now in my intro to computer class, and I found it a kind of a good assignment. So you can read some of the articles about people and how they think about quitting social media, but most important thing is to watch the interview here. This is quite a good interview. It's about 20 minutes long, but he talks a lot about social media and how they manipulate you and blah blah blah, and how he gives you some solutions of how we can make a better social media, and you'll see a lot of that in some of the reading for next week as well. So if you could watch that, and then comment. I mean, the purpose of this is that you actually comment, maybe read some of the questions here. Just write a paragraph of what you think. That's all you need to do. Not long, short is best. Next is the as far as this week, upcoming week. Again, I have some information about Pinterest. Pinterest is about to go public. I was trying to watch the video. I had a video here that I watched, but it didn't seem to, oh, here it is. You have to let it load a little bit, or maybe just
every month. More
the
than
player's not
2/3 of
very
whom
good.
are female. To find
But again, it talks a lot about Pinterest and how Pinterest is used. I kind of like Pinterest, and I will show you in the future lesson about how I use Pinterest at Zircon, and how we maybe post some of our images on Pinterest and so on. So again, look a little bit about Pinterest and how Pinterest works. That is your social media reading for this week as far as which platform. The next one's kind of a little complicated assignment. I know some of you aren't programmers. It doesn't matter. Basically, you should know what the Open Graph is. And the Open Graph is the way that data is shared over social media. So the first thing to do would be for this assignment is watch the video about the Open Graph and how the Open Graph is used. Well, what the Open Graph is where you add some content or some programming to your online content, and then that is used by the social media platforms to share. And that's sort of how things are shared. And if you share things on Google, or share things on Facebook and so on, most of that is formatted in what we call the Open Graph format. So you should know what the Open Graph is. It's very important to social media, specifically for social media marketing, preparing your content for sharing online. Probably the easiest thing to do for this assignment is I want you to give me 4 things. Pick any event. Okay, so I want you to pick an event. Use Word if you can, Microsoft Word, and type it up in Word and add an image to Word. Hopefully you know how to put an image into Word. So you need 4 things. You need an image for an event. I was thinking that maybe you could do the play at Westphalia. There's a theater play. This is the one from last year. So here's some, again, if we look at the, here, let's just read this, look at this link right here. In this case, you'll see he talks about what is the Open Graph, sort of, if you look at it on social media, what does it look like? Well, if you look at it in social media, you'll see you have an image, you have a title, and you have a description. and then of course a link. So you have 4 things: the address, which you don't see here because it's the link to the page. Then you have again the image, title, and then description. So here's how you format them. I want you to type it up in the format. As you can see, all you have to do is type up the way it looks here. You could just copy and paste from right here and then put your own information in there. What kind of title do I write? Well, the title, it talks a little bit about how to write a title. It's just a, one sentence or a few words that describe what, in this case, if you choose an event, it would describe what the event is, maybe when is the event. Then they have, again, you have a URL, which is basically a link to the content. You can either make that up or find it. What I would do is find an event that's happening and just put the link to the address of the event in where it says your domain here. You would copy and paste the address into that. Next, you can, maybe list where it is. You don't need to necessarily put that in there, but we learned in a previous class that there's different categories here. We don't have to do that right now, but the category information could be added to the description. Again, the description is right here. So you can write basically a couple sentences about what the event is, and you can see right here. You can see how it's kind of formatted there, and they talk about formatting it. So it could be a few sentences that describes the event, and you again make sure you format it here. You just copy and paste this line right here if you could, and then just retype what you think. Oh no, this is content. This is the web address. I'm sorry. Description is this one. Again, right here, you'd see the description. So you would copy and paste this line and just copy your description in here. And then they talk about an image. Add an image. Put all that stuff up in Word and post it on there. It's not that hard. Just read the content and see. Watch the video. I think that's important to watch the video. And then the last thing for this week is to read the future, I would say almost the future of what Mark Zuckerberg thinks social media should be. And so there's an article here from Wired Magazine where you can read about what the future of what Mark Zuckerberg. Of course, Facebook is the, number one sort of social media platform, and he owns Instagram and all that other stuff. So you really should understand where Mark Zuckerberg thinks social media is going. So read this article. I thought it was quite interesting, especially the private versus public network that he talks about. He thinks he's going to build. I don't know how that's going to work, and I don't think anybody really knows yet. But that is what I want you to do for this upcoming week. So hopefully you have some time to, I know it's the end of the semester and it's a really busy time of year, but please try and go through this. It shouldn't take you that long. And I will continue to add new content to the class this week. Again, we'll be learning about Instagram. We'll be learning about Facebook, and in this class I like to go into a little bit of detail. We'll learn how to buy ads. How much do they cost, and so on, or at least the pricing wise and things like that. So we'll learn a lot about those things coming up real soon.